Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Sometimes I Think About Dying, a film that can only be described as an independent film. I know, Joan. About a quirky girl who tries to fall in love, but I don't know, she's too awkward to do it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing, Joan. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. You don't have any books to promote, Joan, so you don't get to talk. So, this is a very indie movie. Daisy Ridley is a soft-spoken, weird, awkward girl who daydreams, and weird things happen in her daydreams, and she meets a guy in the office who she then starts dating, but she's a very closed-off person, and she can't open herself up to him. She's like incapable, I think. And he tries to get to know her, but he like kind of hits a wall with her. She just doesn't want to open up. Written by Kevin Armento and Stephanie Abel Horowitz and Katie Wrightmead. Directed by Rachel Lambert. And Daisy Ridley. Top billing above the title, and I don't recognize any of the other actors. So she is incapable. I mean, they're promoting it like they're promoting a movie. Oh, it's fantastic. It's a tour de force. It's a comedy. It's everything. I think I can see what this is. She is incapable of love. She's a weird, awkward girl. And he, the other character, is just a regular Joe. He's divorced. He starts dating her. He likes her. Tries to get to know her. But everything he does, she just blocks him off, essentially. He takes her to the movies, and she just is like, yeah, I didn't really like the movie. She appears to be one of those people, like, if you get into a conversation with her, you have to do all the lifting of the conversation, right? If you've ever been in that. So it's like, hey, how you doing? How was your day? It was okay. Did you go to work? What did you do? I went to work. Like, you have to drag everything out of them. And then, why does she do that? Who the hell knows? You know, she could be just a mentally messed up person. She could just be shy. Or she could be one of these people, which I think is more likely, just one of these people, like, she decides she's going to go on a date with a guy just because nobody else has asked her, and she's bored. And she really doesn't like him, and almost immediately she doesn't like him, really, and she can't tell him no, and kind of just keeps dating him. Some people are like that, I think. And she's just kind of existing in the space. She likes her job, like nobody really likes her job, really. Not like an office job like this. And she's just this very hardened character that, you know, everybody's having, like this shot right here, I think encapsulates some of the movie. Like everybody's having fun but her. She's there, but she's not having any fun. So it's kind of an interesting character study. But I don't think it's as good as they're touting in this thing. And, like, you know, it's a very indie movie because it has a shot like this. Apples rotting in the street. I don't know what town this is. One of the apples rolls into the shot. It's a very indie movie. And shot like this, I don't know. It's a witty, surreal, and surprisingly tender character study. One of the lines is she asks him, do you wish you could unknow me? In other words, like, do you wish you had never asked me out and gotten to know me at all? And then things would be better, because she's just frustrating him. Yeah, I could kind of see it, but it doesn't seem like... It wouldn't seem like a very entertaining movie, right? Like, hey, I want to make this movie. Okay, what it's about? It's about this girl who's just awful. She doesn't enjoy anything. She doesn't enjoy life. I mean, the movie's called Sometimes I Think About Dying. She doesn't enjoy life. She's incapable of enjoying anything. She's incapable of connecting with people. And then, like, you know, halfway through that description, like, I don't think this is going to make a very fun movie to watch. Like, really, would you rather watch this or a movie about anything else? You know, like, to me, this is a very indie concept. It's like, oh, I'm doing a character study. Aren't I clever? Well, yes and no. I mean, it would be more clever if you took this character study and put it in a movie where things happened. Right? So why couldn't you take a character like this, Daisy Ridley, who's incapable of connecting with another human being, and, I don't know, put her in a murder mystery, put her in an action drama, put her in something where something happens? I get it. The devil's in the details. And some of this, in the defense of the movie, doesn't look bad from purely a screenwriting filmmaker standpoint. But as a whole piece, I got to think this is going to be excruciating to watch. Because by the end of the movie, you'll be like, why am I watching this? You know? Because the character appears to be just a roadblock of a person who refuses to enjoy life, refuses to participate in life until something were to happen to her. But my guess is nothing happens to her, therefore she stays that way. Which, okay, I guess you could make that movie. Maybe make that movie part of a movie where things happen. Put some intrigue in it, something. I don't know. So, and the title's kind of a dead giveaway. Sometimes I think about dying. Oh, that sounds exciting and fun. Let's see if there's a write-up here. A little bit of one. Daisy Ridley and the other actors, I don't know. Director, Rachel Lambert. Oh, here it is. A lonely and socially awkward woman tries to make a connection with a friendly new coworker who takes her out on a date. Tries to. See, that seems to jibe with my assessment. I don't think she can. Which, you know, it's not an uninteresting character study, but is it a movie? Is this worth the same $14 you're going to pay to see, I don't know, something good? Like a whole movie? Like Dead Reckoning? The Mission Impossible movie? I mean, a whole bunch of stuff's going to happen in that movie. It's going to be very exciting. That's the same price as this movie. Doesn't seem like it should be the same price, does it? Like, this movie feels like, okay, you know, I'm a film buff. Maybe I'll go see it. $5? Okay. $5 I'll see this movie. Maybe it'll be a little bit interesting. It's not so great. I'll be like, well, it was only $5. I don't want to pay the same price for this movie. Therefore, I won't go see it. I'll wait till it shows up on streaming. If it crosses my way on streaming, maybe. Either I've already paid for it, or like my current streaming situation, I get it for free for some reason, and then I'll watch it then, if I bother to watch it at all. But it's an indie movie. Will it even end up on a streaming platform? Probably not. It'll probably end up on Amazon Prime for a couple of bucks, I guess, if I can find it, if I even remember it exists. And that's the other problem with it, too. It's kind of forgetful. You know, when you do an in-depth character study like this, if something doesn't happen in the movie, how are you going to remember it? Who's going to come out of this movie going, wow? I don't think so. I think you would come out of the movie going, oh, that was interesting. It was an interesting performance. If you're a movie buff. I think your average normie is going to come out of the movie like, oh, she's awful. I'm glad I'm not dating her. Like, this to me would be a date movie. If I'm dating somebody who's a film nut like me, right? And we go see let's go see something weird. Oh, okay. We'll go see that Daisy Ridley thing where she's not in Star Wars. Oddly enough, I don't seem to associate bad Star Wars as much as I do with Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman I cannot stand. Daisy Ridley in this I can almost tolerate, which is weird. I guess that shows I think she has a little more charisma than Natalie Portman. But then again, Natalie Portman seems to have ruined Thor too. So that's 2 movie franchise I think she's kind of ruined. Whereas Daisy Ridley, I don't know if you could say she ruined Star Wars. It was pretty well ruined for me by the time they got to her movie. But is it any wonder she wants to go back to do another Star Wars movie? You know, they spent some money on this movie. Why not do something a little more interesting than just a character study? To me, that's almost like half a movie. Really. It's like an art house thing. It's like filmmaker. You know, if you're taking a film class and you're watching each other's films and you do a little and really 90 minutes of this, you don't need 90 minutes. You could do this in 10. I think. A character study in 10 minutes, hands down, no problem. I think. You know? It's going to be long, drawn-out scenes of her crying and dreaming, and, you know, you don't need to do that to get across a character study. It's not that complex of a character, I don't think. So anyhow, if you are a film nut like me, and you got to see everything, yeah, maybe you'd put this on your list for something different. Oh, I saw a character study. It was kind of interesting. But I wouldn't say you would go see this movie to say, oh man, I saw something that was really good. And ironically, Daisy Ridley goes to see a movie in the movie. It says, I didn't like it at all. I think a lot of normies would say that about this film, but that's just me. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Oh, sleepy. Sleepy, Joan? Are you sleepy? We gotta go for a WALK, babe. Yeah. Yeah, oh, your breath. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos, Joan. More videos tomorrow. You and your dirty face. God, where do you get this stuff? Anyhow, we'll see you.